For years, Jared Mills has dreamed of owning hunting land, and now, by partnering with his friend Mike Reed, that dream has become reality. Jared and Mike closed on a gorgeous piece of river bottom, and as they plan the first days of hunting the new farm, they are like kids on Christmas morning.
Well, it's November 3rd here, and Mike and I are getting ready to head to the stand, but it's a special day. We are on our brand new farm that Mike and I just purchased, and I can't tell you how excited I am. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to own land. More than anything, we just can't wait to kind of have a property to manage together and have some fun on and hopefully kill some big deer. So it's after 3 o'clock now, so Mike and I are going to have to get to the stand. But thanks, Ben, for coming down.
Yeah, good luck, fellas.
Man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for hooking us up, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, it's about 5 o'clock here, and Mike and I's management goals on this farm got tested early.
Yeah.
I mean, what, 15 minutes probably after we were completely set up.
Yeah.
The doe jumped up out of the grass and looked about 20 yards behind her, and good buck, and sure enough, it's probably the highest scoring deer that we have pictures of on this farm so far. You know, without any history with these deer, unless they're obvious 5+, you know, big old body, just very mature in the face, we're kind of going to count them as 4-year-olds just because we don't really know. And that buck right there is a deer that if he is only 4, he could be something special next year. But it's pretty cool. That's a pretty awesome first encounter. 15 minutes into your first sit on the new farm. You literally can't ask for anything better than that.
125 miles to the west, Caleb Byers heads to a redneck blind in search of the ancient buck he and Taylor call Split Brow.
It's November 3rd this evening, and you couldn't ask for better weather to start out our rut vacation of 2017. We're in here tonight after one buck in particular, and a buck that we have so much history with. He's literally been on the farm since we bought it, and this is the most patternable this buck has ever been in the entire time we've hunted him. And the unfortunate part is, we haven't had a good wind to actually even hunt him until now, November 3rd. But we've stayed out here, waited for the perfect time. We have a lush autumn quick plot, and we also mixed in some pure trophy clover with it. And the deer have absolutely just been pounding it. There's also a couple other bucks in here that I would shoot if they made an appearance, but we're definitely after Split Brow in particular. I would definitely love to close a chapter on this buck. It's been one that I've been thinking about ever since I hit him high, so hopefully we can close the chapter tonight. It should be a great evening. Well, we got this doe coming in, and I have yet to get any meat for the freezer, so if she gives me an opportunity, I'm probably going to take it. We only have about 25 minutes of shooting light left. So if Romeo doesn't come back and chase her away like he's done about 5 times, I'll likely get a shot at her. We'll see. I don't want to shoot her if there's any other deer in the field, but if she's the only one, it's not going to hurt anything, so.
Sometimes when hunting over large plots, being in a tree stand can prove to be a risky move. Redneck produces multiple blind options that allow you to conceal both your scent and your movement, and they are the perfect choice when hunting near food. For the first sit on the new farm, Mike and Jared found themselves in a tree with minimal cover. Real tree camo was a perfect option to help keep them concealed when the highest scoring buck on the farm walked past less than 5 yards away. Low light accuracy requires a sight with bright pins. Fuse sights have some of the brightest pins on the market, making it possible to take shots right up to the end of legal shooting time with total confidence. Positioning of the Ozonics unit is important to its effectiveness. With this in mind, Ozonics makes several different mounting systems that you can use to attach the unit to the tree or the ground blind in the perfect position to rain ozone down on your scent stream. Old warriors like Split Brow are world-class trophies, even if they don't grow world-class antlers. Age has become our #1 criteria for trophy status. Antler size is just luck, the genetic dice turning up double sixes. But Split Brow wasn't the first ancient buck that our crew has hunted over the years. In fact, Caleb's hunt brings back memories of a buck Joe Yarkowski shot on a perfect November morning back in 2010.
Slowly for all year. Woke up, it's 26 degrees. The wind is brisk. We got a kind of a southwest wind. We're sitting on top of this ridge in our barbed wire stand. And not even before daybreak, we've already seen 2 bucks chasing hot doe. And we can tell it's going to be good. It's one of those days where you save all your vacation time for and you use it here in the stand. So stay with us. Hopefully we're going to get a crack at a good buck. Stay left. Stay left. He's looking our way. Here he comes. I'm on him, whatever. Where's he at? Did you get it? Oh, right there was Methuselah. Oh, buck. Wide. Great deer. Great deer. Let's get him. Now here's the fun part. Just trying to go find him, so let's go. He's like, oh, we want him. That's the buck you want to shoot. That's too cool.
Look at you, Methuselah. Oh yeah. Obviously, he's old. Methuselah, 8 years old. Monster body. I think he's gonna break my back trying to get out of here. I was just glad that I could share the experience to take him. This is what all the hard work pays off right here at this point.
Frigid Forge Trophy Clover is my choice when creating poor man's plots, small food plots that we make on a budget using just hand tools. This seed blend has several varieties, and at least one does well in every condition. The seed germinates well and grows fast, producing a huntable food plot by the first fall. Hoyt has been a standard of the bow hunting community for more than a generation. Redworks is their most recent offering to carry on this legendary standard. Accuracy and dependability are the 2 qualities we look for in a whitetail hunting bow, and that is why we choose Hoyt. On dry years, the last thing you want to do is till the ground and dry out the first several inches of seedbed. However, with a no-till seeder like the RTP Genesis, You can precisely place the seed right in the soil at the correct depth where it can germinate using existing moisture. Having a true no-till seeder is a tremendous advantage. Nikon offers a wide range of optics for the hunting community. From laser rangefinders to scopes and binoculars, the technology they put into their products has always been cutting edge. We depend on Nikon for non-stop performance regardless of weather or light conditions. Returning to the 2017 season, Jared and Mike wrap up their first day of hunting the new farm.
We're going to start packing up and climb down. We'll be back in the morning, but overall you can't ask for a whole lot more in the first sit on the new farm. I think we saw 4 small bucks, a handful of does, and that good 6x6 with the split brows. We got the same wind tomorrow morning, so we're going to get down and make a game plan. But as we go, Mike and I, like I was saying earlier, Mike and I will kind of share what we're doing to try to learn this farm and figure these deer out, and it's going to be fun having a place to manage together. So I'm looking forward to these next few days.
Next 20 years.
November 4th finds Mike Reed and Jared Mills on Mike's farm 60 miles to the southeast. As the day breaks, the hunters encounter one of the farm's regulars, a scar-faced buck that Mike calls Pacino.
It's Saturday, November 4th. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. It's about an hour and a half after sunrise, and I'm just getting to do the opening interview. We've had good deer activity all morning so far. The best buck we've seen is a really nice 4.5-year-old buck. I've got a couple years of history with. He just came in to 15 yards, and he's just not on the hit list this year. You guys might recognize this food plot. I've hunted in it a couple times this year just in the stand across the way. It's a little staging plot that I put in here this year. I bulldozed it in the springtime. What? That buck's coming. Okay. You see how he looks long-legged? Well, it's hard to get an interview in without getting interrupted by deer, which I guess is a good problem to have. So plan on doing a little calling here as the morning progresses, and we're going to sit as long as that deer activity keeps up. That's for Howlin' Giant. Well, he sure is a pretty buck. That's the second time I've had him within 15 yards.
I gave it about 25 minutes after we had last seen him, and he chased that doe off, so I was hoping he had gotten far enough away, but when I did the calling sequence, it took about 2 minutes and he was back in our feet. Hopefully get one of the big shooters in. 2 primary bucks I'm looking for that I know for sure 5.5 are going to be 66 and TD Jr. Last time I pulled cards, TD Jr. was really focusing on another area of the farm. He used to always be right here the last 2 years, and he's moved more onto the other side of the farm where Hoss is. But there's another 5.5-year-old 10 I call Steve-O that works this area. I haven't had as many pictures of him this year as I did last year, but you know, there's a bunch of 5.5-year-olds this year, so any one of those deer give me a shot, I'm going to take it.
Mike's hunt illustrates the power of calling during the rut. Half of the bucks I have shot over the years came within range only because I saw them passing out of range and then called them closer. A perfect illustration of this strategy occurred on a morning hunt in early November of 2012 when Jared Mills called a jaw dropper into bow range.
It's the month we've all been waiting for all year long. Another calm, cool morning. Feels perfect again. And I'm hunting back in the timber just on the downwind side of a thick bedding area. Shot a giant. He's dead. Not even 40 yards away. Walked right underneath me. Oh my god, I'm shaking like crazy. I was doing quite a bit of rattling and grunting. This morning I saw a good buck following some does. I was trying to rattle him back in. And not 5 minutes later I have a spike coming up and he comes straight south of me right to the base of my tree. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Sleepless nights spent waiting for daylight only to follow a weak blood trail are a thing of the past with the devastating performance of the new Wasp Jackhammer Broadhead. With its 1 3/4 inch cutting diameter, this head is the perfect combination of destruction and penetration. Staying comfortable and hydrated through long, sweaty days requires a class-leading cooler, one that can take the abuse of life in a pickup bed and still hold ice for days. That is why American-made Grizzly coolers go with us on every scouting trip. Cabela's offers a wide range of footwear that accommodate all types of hunting, from early season spot and stalk to late season stand hunting. What you wear on your feet has almost as much to do with your success as what you carry in your hands. With an industry-leading lifetime warranty, our choice in footwear is simple: Cabela's. Being able to thread an arrow through small openings can pay off in venison. For whitetail hunting, I like a sturdy arrow weighing roughly 5.5 to 6 grains per pound of your bow's maximum draw force. This produces quiet shooting and good penetration, but still permits a reasonably flat trajectory for shooting through openings. Easton's FMJ arrows fit this requirement perfectly.
That's pretty cool. That's a pretty awesome first encounter. 15 minutes into your first sit on the new farm. You literally can't ask for anything better than that.
And you couldn't ask for better weather to start out our rut vacation of 2017.
I'm not sure that this was a good idea tonight. I've seen a lot more people and a lot more vehicles than I've seen deer. As we wind down our early November hunts, 350 miles to the east in Indiana, Stephen Waldridge is in his favorite stand doing the same thing, but with a bit better result.
Guys, here we are, north bottom stand. Being it's November the 2nd and this warm, it's kind of odd. It's been a roller coaster as far as weather goes. Figured that the deer probably, the does are still coming into heat and the bucks are still getting frisky, so no matter what the temperature is, so we'll see what happens. Here we are, guys. We got our buck out. Found him. He's a dandy. Great Hoosier buck, on our own farm. So that's something to be proud of for sure. So me and Clayton put a lot of hours in and out of the stand. So can't thank Clayton enough. And
after the initial burst of rutting activity, the bucks are settling down into typical patterns now. Contrary to what many people think, the rut is not wall-to-wall action. There are great days and slow days. Early in the rut, weather plays the leading role. Given cool days, the activity continues to ramp. That is where we find ourselves now, seeing lots of bucks but waiting for the right ones. The week ahead is likely to make or break our season. With this anticipation, we forge on. With this hope, we continue chasing November.